Nobody panic! Kenyan Drake just got signed. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with yet another video of the Arizona Sports Fan. Thank you so very much for coming back, guys. I really do appreciate it. Now today, we're going to go ahead and talk about two different topics. I wanted to go ahead and talk about Kenyan Drake as well as David Johnson. First things first, before we go ahead and get started, guys, we are so close to hitting our 2,000 subscribers, guys. I want to hit 2,000 subscribers by the time we hit draft night. And that's going to be April 23rd, which is completely possible right now. I think we're actually in the 1800s, somewhere around there. I'm hoping we can go ahead and get there, guys. Let's make that one last push. So if you're new, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. Number one stop shop for everything Arizona Cardinals, draft talk, just kind of join the community.
Have you ever been cold and looking for a shirt? And now that can all change with an Arizona Sports Fan t-shirt. Batteries not included.
Alright guys, so now on to the topic here. First topic I wanted to talk about was Kenyan Drake. Multiple different subscribers has reached out to me and said, hey, Arizona Sports Fan, hey, Mike, depending on how you want to, refer to me, it doesn't matter. But they've been asking, what is going on with Kenyan Drake? When is he going to sign? When is his deadline? Is there going to be another team that's going to get him? Why doesn't he love us? Multiple different questions that has been asked, and our questions have finally been answered today. With 4 to 5 hours ago, news came down that Kenyan Drake ended up signing a $8.4 million contract for 1 year with the Arizona Cardinals. Now, we all know that Kenyan Drake was transition tagged by the Arizona Cardinals, and it just took a little bit of time for maybe him trying to test the waters to see if an open market could work for him, if another team could come and offer him more than that. And I don't think the market was too good for Kenyan Drake, not just for Kenyan Drake, but I feel like for running backs in general. Right now, the running back market is not good. It's nowhere near as good as it used to be. No team out there wants to sign a running back to a Todd Gurley type of contract, David Johnson type of contract, Ezekiel Elliott type of contract anymore. Especially because this last Super Bowl, we had two undrafted running backs in the Super Bowl. It really makes the team think differently when they start paying their running back. Now, obviously, if you haven't heard already, LA Rams ended up, releasing Todd Gurley, and he ended up getting picked up by the Atlanta Falcons. So we're living in a pretty crazy world. To be a running back in this time is really, really unfortunate, especially because you're not having that value that you once did. I say blame all those running backs who got paid big and did not produce. So staying back onto the Kenyan Drake topic here, guys, I really like the signing. I think it's a good opportunity to bring Kenyan Drake back. Now, we ended up obviously getting Kenyan Drake for a 5th round pick from the Miami Dolphins, and he produced very, very well in this Cliff Kingsbury's offense. He ended up pulling great numbers. There was one game that he had 4 touchdowns, but his overall 2019 stats for the Arizona Cardinals is 817 rushing yards, 8 touchdowns, and I think it was something like 4.6, 4.8 yards per carry, which is pretty good, especially for somebody who just got thrown into the fire and say, hey, you're the new starting running back at this point. Have at it. I really do think he did a really good job adapting to the offense. He learned it all very, very well. And I think he was the juice, the fire, the spark that we needed to ignite this Cliff Kingsbury's offense so we weren't one-dimensional. We need badly a running back that can run hard, does not get, tackled down by first contact. And right now, with the running style that Kenyan Drake has, I feel like this is a good opportunity for him to go ahead and continue his productivity, continue his consistency, because I can see the Arizona Cardinals maybe extending him for 1, 2, maybe even 3 more years, depending on what Steve Keim sees through this next year and what he feels like is best for the organization of the Arizona Cardinals. We all know that Kenyan Drake produced very well. I love the fact that we have Kenyan Drake back there in the backfield, especially with Chase Edmonds, and we can possibly get another running back to go ahead and fill up that 3rd spot, maybe somebody in the draft, and I mean maybe a late pick, or even go ahead and use an undrafted running back. But I'm super excited to have Kenyan Drake back in the Arizona Cardinals uniform, giving it chance one more year to go ahead and try to collect that money, just for his sake and for, running backs in general. I really do hope that the market gets a little better for them and they're not seen as, more of a liability. But I do see why they're being seen like that, is because running backs are pretty much, as of right now, the organizations are seeing them as they're a dime a dozen, and you can find somebody off the street and they can run the ball. It's unfortunate, but that's what the trend is going on right now. Switching over topics here, I also wanted to go ahead and talk about David Johnson. Now, this happened multiple days ago. I don't know the exact date, but it was around the time when David Johnson ended up getting traded from the Houston Texans. There was a tweet being put out by David Johnson saying something along the lines of, snakes in the grass, or when you cut grass, there's snakes. Bruh. Something along those lines. I don't have the exact quote. I will be posting it right here in the front so you guys can read it. Basically, there's been multiple stories out there, even if it's the sports stories or even, our news stories, basically saying that David Johnson was giving us a cryptic tweet and to kind of give a jab to the Arizona Cardinals. Now, David Johnson also ended up saying in a tweet that, we blow things out of proportion when it comes to social media. All he was doing was referencing a lyric from a specific song that he liked. Now, I don't remember the rapper. I know it's a very famous rapper, but I don't really listen to that music, so I don't really know what he's referring to. But he was basically going ahead and saying he was quoting a song. Now, I do believe he was quoting a song, but I think there was other motives to go about doing that. Now, we all are familiar with, cryptic tweets that's been going on. Multiple people do it in the NFL, even in the NBA. He also ended up seeing it with the Suns. I believe his name was Eric Bledsoe. He ended up making a really silly tweet that he said it was something else, and then he ended up getting traded to a different team. I think he got what he wanted, bottom line. But that's what David Johnson was saying. He was basically writing it off like, hey, it's no big deal. I was quoting a song, this, and that. But honestly, bottom line, if you're going to ask my opinion, what I feel about this, let the man live his life. I want to take into consideration that he is basically getting lifted from his whole entire life here in Arizona and getting traded on a whim because we wanted value. Now, we got the value that we wanted, obviously. I'm not crying about, getting the value that we got, and thank you, DeAndre Hopkins. But, I mean, honestly, even if there was a motive to kind of give a jab to Arizona Cardinals, just put yourself in his shoes. He has his whole family to really think about. They're going to have to move and basically go ahead and move to a whole different state, whole different city. So I don't really care too much about it. I love David Johnson as a player. Multiple people have been talking about, hey, you should get rid of the David Johnson statue at this point. I think it will happen eventually. Once they build a Kyler Murray Madden action figure, I probably will go ahead and get rid of him, or maybe just move him back in the background. But I don't know. I really do like David Johnson. I like the 2015, 2016 David Johnson and what we went ahead and seen. It's really unfortunate how his career ended with the Arizona Cardinals, with a lot of people pretty much telling him, or everybody in the media saying that he was pretty much done at that point. He didn't want to give his full efforts back. Now, I am guilty and I am at fault of saying that as well. You can really kind of tell as far as when he was playing for the Arizona Cardinals in all the games. People are saying that he was hurt. He wasn't 100%. Whatever the situation was, he has an opportunity to get to a different team and to basically show his talents and what he was back in 2015, 2016. I hope nothing for the best for David Johnson. Whatever he tweeted out, I don't care. I don't take it personal at this point. I can't see David Johnson, just because he's such a nice guy, I can't see him trying to be evil. Even if he is trying to be evil, I can't see it. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and turn my head look this way and basically say, David Johnson, I really do hope the best for you and your family. And I hope you can basically light a fire under that Texans organization over there. I know there's a lot of fans over there that are hurt, super confused of what's going on with Bill O'Brien, what he's doing, how we basically, got away with highway robbery from the Arizona Cardinals and the David Johnson trade and DeAndre Hopkins trade. So take that for what you will. I really do hope the best for you and your family, guys. But that is all I got for this episode. Let me know what you guys think about the Kenyan Drake signing. Let me know in the comments below. If you're new, please consider subscribing and give this video a like, guys. That's all I got for this episode. Thank you so very much. I'm out.